Yeah. So, hello everyone. Good morning and good evening. So, last class we were actually discussing about the HTTP. How to fetch data from server, and we also discussed an example of GitHub. Okay, so using GitHub API, how to fetch the data. Okay, so we have discussed that part, and today something new. What is that? Is today we're gonna discuss called routing. Okay. So till now, what we discuss is every component has display in a single page. Okay, but I want to make some sort of routing in that I'll be having home page, navbar, home, about, contact, like that. So different links. So whatever the link I click, only that particular component can be rendered on my screen and without refreshing the browser. So that's called single page application with a routing. So what's my plan here is what's my plan here is I want to make an application. I want to design an application here. That will be like, okay, that will be like this. This is assume your application. In that you will be having a navbar. Okay. So in the navbar I'll be having some brand. Here some brand. Okay. So here you'll be having some links like a home page, and I need home and employees. Okay, and then I need one more thing called stocks and about. So like this. So on my application I want these many links, and each link, so when I click on home I want to load the home component, and when I click on employees I want to make the employees component, stocks component, about component. So I want to load these all the components, and to make this routing concept, yeah, let's open a notepad. Okay, as we all discuss in React.js, so React.js is a library. So library means only the lack here in React.js is we don't have we don't have HTTP library by its own, and it's not having routing library by its own. That's why it's called library. Otherwise, it would have called as framework. Okay. So HTTP is not given by default by React, and routing also not given by the React by default. Okay. So for HTTP, we have used one third-party module called Axios. Okay. And for routing, we have to use again one third-party module that is called React Router DOM. Okay, so name starts with React, but this is not given by the React.js. Some other third-party people has given it, but they have specifically designed this module for routing purpose of React.js only. So that's why they named as React. Okay, so to make routing in the React application, we have to install one extra third-party module called this one. Okay, so in our example, I wanted to mix the concept what we have learned till now. Okay, so we have learned HTTP, and now we are learning the routing, and we have learned the data binding and all other concepts, right? So now the plan is, here in this application I want to use HTTP and routing and the default concept which are there already in React. So every concept I want to cover in this example. Okay, so if you want to make use of these two extra in the React.js application, so you have to install these two packages. Okay, so how we install is npm axio. Okay, npm install axios. uh, you want to install this one also, so React router DOM. That's it. So npm install this package and this package. So where you hit this command is in the root folder of your application. Okay, and then you can start working with React router DOM. Okay, first let me install this, and then I tell you how to configure and all. So first let's I have taken the existing project where I removed all the components folder, and I remove the entries in the app.js. This is the previous application only, but here we already installed Axios. You can see that here, but still I'm showing you from the scratch. Okay, let me open another terminal. Let's click on this plus symbol, fresh terminal. Yeah, here you have to install because this is my root folder of the application. So here I have to install two packages, Axios for HTTP and this is for routing. So let me copy this, go here and paste it, enter. Okay, let's wait for some time. Come on. It's not even started. Ah, it started. Okay, wait.
Hello, Naveen sir.
Yeah, yeah.
Is there any HTTP interceptor concept in a
Interceptor concept, yeah, is there. That we'll discuss when we start with the form validation and authentication.
okay, sir.
Okay, I think it's
Sure.
there in Angular, but React is something different.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. So I have installed. Okay, so you get like this packages installed, like these two has installed, and yeah, fine. So now once we install, we can start using them. Before that, what is your plan? How many components are there in this? How many components we have? Four. No, five. I write them here. So we have multiple components. So we have navbar components. Oh, 1 minute. My always have. It's just I am typing, but it's not working. Maybe the 1 second. Maybe there is an issue with my. Okay. Give me just 1 minute. Okay. I think this. I'm using this wireless keyboard. This battery got down. Okay. Let me replace the battery. Just I'm just pausing for 2 minutes. Yeah. Hi. Uh, okay. I write here. It's not allowing here. See, I can able type here. Okay. Fine. So what components are is something unusual. Yeah, I can. So components will be one is navbar, okay, and one is the home, and we need one more is employees and stocks and about. Okay, fine. So these are all the components we're gonna make in the application, and each component we have a routing. Okay, so first let's create these components, and I tell you where we have to configure them. So let me go to uh, the search room, and here I create a folder. Right click, new directory, components. Okay. So in this, I create a separate folder for each component. Okay, navbar folder, home folder, like that. So let's create new directory called navbar. Okay, because any style specific you want to write, you can write inside of that folder. Okay, so that's the reason. And I create another directory called home, and I create one more directory called watch about. I create another one for employees, another one for stocks. Okay, so multiple folders and each folder one component. Let's start with navbar, new, JavaScript, capital, because it's a component. So navbar. Previously we used to write the navbar like a nav tag. I don't want that. I want to create a separate component for navbar. Okay, because a huge code we had, right? So I want to take a separate component. So I have deleted this nav code, not required. Let's add here. So component, class-based component. Till now we have not started the functional component. So import React from React, and the class navbar extends React dot components, and one constructor, one render. So con tab and ren tab. So h1. Let's take navbar. Okay, and let's export this. Export default navbar. Okay, done. We will write the code actually, and before that I want the same setup for all components. Okay, so simply copy this code. Okay, so we start with about one component. So new JavaScript about.js, paste it. So this will be about, this will be about, this also will be about. Okay, next home, right click, new JavaScript, home, capital, home.js, paste it. So this will be the home, this will be the home, this also will be the home. Okay, and employees also, let's paste nothing to paste, let's create it, new JavaScript. So capital employees, not employees. Okay, fine, employees. Okay, paste it. This is employees, this is also employees, this is also employees. Done. And one last one, stocks. So I create new JavaScript stocks, paste it. This will be stocks, and here also stocks, and this stocks. Done. So we have made the basic structure for each component, and let's write the navbar. Okay, let's write a code for navbar. So here I want this navbar which contain all these links. Okay, and also remember for navbar no root. Okay, because navbar has to be available for every component. Okay, so we don't need to keep this in the routing. For home page slash is the routing, for employees is just slash employees, and stocks it will be slash stocks as a path, and about is slash about is a path. Okay, for navbar no root. Okay, so we need to configure all this in the navbar. So first let's write a navbar. First of all I want yeah, this one I want to make react dot fragments. Okay, so let's write some bootstrap navbar. Let's write a nav tag. But I want to see the navbar. So how we see the navbar? Okay, do one thing. In the app, let me write navbar. Okay, so if you write a navbar, you can happily see that navbar code here. Okay, so navbar, nav tag. Okay, let's write some bootstrap navbar. So class name navbar, navbar dark, bg dark, navbar expand sm. Are we get navbar? Yep, we got navbar. And inside I want to write one container on anchor tag slash this dummy slash, and give the class something called navbar brand. Let me give react routing is my application name. Okay, because concept is React routing, so name is React routing, along with some links required. So links will be, you can write links like this. You need to take extra division here, collapse, now bar collapse. Okay, collapsible division. In that you have ul li a. So each links will be here. Let's take home. Home path will be slash. Now check, you will get the home. But home doesn't apply any styles, so you have to give some classes. Here class navbar nav. This is with the class called nav item, and this link also with the class called nav link. Okay, so these many classes, so you get home. Okay, fine. And along with this, I want multiple things like employees, stocks, and about. So simply copy the li, copy the li, paste, paste, paste. Okay, enough for home, employees, and stocks, and about. Okay, fine. And let's check. I got the links, and let me give some space because I don't want this string here. I can give a space like px 2. Okay, some here and here and here, so some space around them. No, I made a mistake. Not for link, because that will be the uh, inline elements. So let's give here px2 for item. Okay, px2, px2, and px2. Some space padding. X-axis 2. Yeah, some spaces come fine. So we made a navbar. So now what is the thing is, we have to configure the routing. What is that is, suppose when I click on the home, I want to load only home component. When I click on the employees, I want to load only employees component for stocks and about. Okay, so path will be like this for slash. Okay, if my routing path is slash, so empty or slash both are same. Okay, for empty I want to load the home components, and for slash employees I want to load the employees components, and for slash stocks I want to load the stocks components, and I want to, for slash about, I want about us component. Okay, so this is the routing. So how can you configure this routing is, we have to use this module. Okay, in this module there are three important classes are available. One is browser router, browser router, root, and then switch. Okay, so these are very important to configure this routing, and let's see how to configure them. And where you configure them is, this whole application is coming from the root app.js, so we have to configure all the routings in a app.js. So let's go quickly to the app.js here. So let me import something from the router DOM. So import something from React router DOM. See, generally we used to write what, import Axios from Axios, right? Just like that, we have a third-party module called React router DOM. Okay, in this I need some three classes. One is browser router. We can't write the full name like browser router. We can give some alias name like as router. So we can start using the name directly router. That indicates browser router. Okay, and another one is root, and one more is switch. Okay, so these things required. And how to configure the routing is, first you need to write router in that navbar. Okay, so router configuration starts here. Okay, navbar. In this, I need to switch between each path. So you have to write a switch. In the switch, In the switch, you can write a actual router configuration. So it means for each path, what is the component? This is the path, this is the component. So you will write root capital root in this exact path is equal to what is the path? My path is slash, and what is the component is home home component. I think we need to import it. Yep. So home components from the components folder I have it here. So for the path, whenever the slash is there, it will load only the home component. Okay. So like this, we will need multiple. So slash like this employee stocks and all. This is like lowercase. Fine. And so employees, we need employees components, and for stocks, 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 I need stocks components import, and slash about, I want about us about component. I think you need to import it like this. Okay, see, all are imported here and all are used here. So now check and go back. See, so by default, when the page loads, you get the home, because if it is empty or slash, that is the home component. Okay, so now when I say when I click on employees, nothing is coming. Okay, I tell you what's the problem, but let me do it manually. Yeah, I will. What I configure slash is home. Okay, so slash home is coming by default is home only. Slash employees component. So I say slash employees. I got the employees fine, and slash stocks. So when I say slash stocks, I got stocks, and then slash about. So let's say about, I got a about. Okay, fine. So it is coming, but as a end user, you must not type a URL here, because we don't know. When you open a facebook.com, we don't know where the profile page will come, where the charting page will come. Okay, we only have a navigation links to go between the pages. Okay, so it means I don't want to type manually here. When I click on employees, I want to load the employees, but when I click on employees, nothing is coming. Let's see, where is this employee is configured. This employee is configured in the navbar. Let's see what is the path is going to. If you go to the navbar, see here, all are going to the slash. Okay, that's why even though you click on the employees, it is going to slash empty home page only, right? But I want to go to employees, so you just give the path call href employees. Okay, and for stocks, you have to give the path is stocks. So if I give like this, what happened when I click on this link, automatically it will redirect it to slash stocks page. Okay, and for about, you have to give slash about. Okay, so home is slash enough, because it's for slash only. Okay, fine. Now I have made a proper paths as per the routing. Okay, so now check. Home is by default, and I click on employees. See, path is now employees. So this path is navbar. When I click on the navbar, path will be slash employee. So that's why slash employees has come. Then how does this component has been loaded for that path is that component configuration here for this particular path on the URL, load employees component. See, in the employees component, what you write only employees. That's why employees is coming. Okay, so let's click on stocks. For stocks path, stocks component. When you click on about, or about path, about component. So it is working as expected. Fine, but one small issue is there in this application. What is that is, uh, just tell me, why are we learning React JS? Routine question. Why are we learning React JS? We are
Yeah.
learning React JS is to develop single page application, correct? So the main motto behind that Angular and React is single page application. So what is mean by single page application is it doesn't mean that single page means single link. No. Okay, a single page is sense uh, you will be having multiple links, but you never see a page refresh. Okay, single page means you can feel like it's just single page. See, for example, this is your page. So when I click on file, when I click on editor, when I click on search, whatever activity you do in this page, you never see a page refresh because there is nothing to see anything refresh, right? Just like that, any application if you develop using React and Angular, whatever activity you do, you create employee, update employee, whatever you do, you should never ever see a page refresh. That's called single page application, just like a desktop application. See, our WebStorm also one desktop application, right? Here, when you create a file, when you delete a file, whatever activity you do, you never see any refresh or something here. So that's called single page application. And even we want to develop that type of applications in React and Angular. Okay, but now observe. When I click on the home, see this here. When I click on the home, refresh. When I click on this, refresh. Click on this, refresh. When I click on this, refresh. Remember, in React.js application, any refresh you see, that is not a React. Okay, remember like that. Okay, so what is the fix here is, I mean, what to fix here is, I don't want to see any refresh. Whatever the link I click, without refresh, I want to get data. Okay, so I tell you the problem here. Problem here is in the navbar we are using the regular href. Okay, so this regular href will refresh. Okay, and if you don't want to refresh, you have to make use of um, React Router DOM. Okay, so in this React Router DOM, an extra class is there capped link. Okay, in React Router DOM, we have an extra class called link. So using this tag, we can make a proper routing. So instead of using anchor tag, so generally normal HTML we use anchor tag, but in React.js, if you don't want page refresh for any of the link, so always remember forget anchor tag. Okay, you never ever write a anchor tag in React. From now onwards, we're gonna write something called link tag. Okay, so how it looks is, for example, anchor tag, how it looks, anchor tag some home slash anchor tag, right? And we will mention the link here, href is equal to slash. If you write like this will refresh the page. But if you want to take an advantage of React, so you have to write something called link, capital link tag, that is coming from router DOM you have to import, and here home slash link like this. And here sir, how to give the path is something called link to slash like this. So this is your regular HTML and this will be your React.js. Okay, so from now onwards we have to give a link tag from React Router DOM. Okay, let's remove all these anchor tags and replace with link. Okay, let's start with here. Let's start with this guy. See, anchor tag is there. Okay, that's why when I click on here refresh, yeah, I don't want that. So simply what you do, import the link tag, im import something from React Router DOM. Okay, here you will get something called link. Okay, this link tag usage where let me write somewhere here, link tag slash link. So link to what, slash only, and the class name you can give, copy the class name, you can give the class name here, and the text will be here. That's it. Okay, so this anchor tag I'm removing because I'm got replaced with my link tag. Now check, there is no change. If I go to employees, now when I click on routing, see, without refresh it works fine. And we have to make it for all the links. So simply copy this link tag, and for home, class name different, so copy the NavLink, and this will be the home. We don't need this. Okay, and same thing you copy. So here this guy replace. This will be employees. Path will be slash employees. Okay, and this you replace. This will be stocks. Path will be stocks. Okay, and one more thing, paste it. This will be about. This will be about. That's it. So if you write a link tag, you never see a page refresh from now onwards. Now check. Now I think that's it. Yep. Now check. So home page, both are home only. So employees, stocks, about. See, no page refresh. So whatever the page you go, you didn't see any page refresh. This is called single page application with routing. Fine, but yeah, we have applied the routing, but we don't have real data. Okay, can we make some nice data? Okay, so first of all, let's start with the home page. Home page, I don't want this empty text like this. I want a nice landing page. Okay, can we make a nice landing page for home? Okay, so we can do that. So how you do is, we need one image here. How to get the image? Yeah, can we go to Google? You search for pixels.com. Yeah, that's what routing. Okay, even depth routing is there, so we will discuss that once we make a proper setup. Okay, so pixels.com, I want some image, something called workspace. So this is the website where you can search for a beautiful images for your website. Okay, workspace, some work location. Actually, for routing, work location doesn't make sense now. Okay, at least something. Yeah, I need this image. Okay, yeah, this looks nice. Let me download this, some my own customized size, some 1200. I think can we use this? Okay, we can use it. Same thing. I want medium size. Download. Okay, I got this. Let me, I think, show in folder. Let me copy this and then paste it. Okay, so this I'll change to background, or let's select this bg hyphen image. Okay, so let me copy this, and I keep in my assets folder img. Oh, there is an bg image already. What was that? Oh, this is something old one. Let's paste a new one. Already there, override. Okay, now we got this page. Fine. Okay, so let's design this. Let's design this home page. Close it. Home page, how to design. Yep. Um, home page. Here I want to use React dot fragments, and let's make something for this. I want a division with the class something called landing page. Okay, in that I want a wrapper. Okay, no dot class name, so dot wrapper tab. You get this? Okay, in that I want one division. In that something called h2 welcome to React routing. Okay, and then one paragraph, let's say lead, let's say lorem 40 tab. So one heading and one text. Yep, so let's see, you got this, but I want this to be a proper landing page. So let me write the styles in the root level. That's my app.css. Okay, somewhere here. Okay, we write I want dot landing hyphen page background white. I'm writing shortcut url dot slash not there, dot slash. No, I think assets folder slash image folder slash bg image. So no repeat, scroll center. Okay, and height 100 vh, the visual height, and also the wrapper. Let's see how it comes. Yeah, I got it, but it's not occupy the full page. So background size cover is covered, and this guy. Okay, yeah, wrapper. Because why wrapper? Because I don't want this much contrast. I want to give some nice shade on it. So the shade is wrapper. So background color, some transparent RGBA 000 0.5. So half transparent, half color. But I want this to full screen. So height 100 percentage. Okay, happy. If you want even more dark, you can make it more 0.8. Okay, looks good. What about my text? I want white color. You can just say color white. Okay, looks good. And keep this at the center of my page. Okay, how? Mm, go to home. Yeah, let's give some classes. Class dflex flexbox. So flex column and what else? Justify content center. Justify content center. Text align center. Oh, text center. Align item center. Height 100. Some bootstrap classes. You get center. Okay, and I want this to be a little bigger. Let's give the class. We are learning React or Bootstrap. Let's say display 3. Okay, fine. That's enough. Okay. You want to give some padding for this
Hey,
text?
Naveen,
Huh?
can we make videos as a background?
We can. But this is
Could you
not the
please
place.
show in next
No.
coming classes?
Coming
Okay,
classes video because React. Okay, once you finish React, I'll tell you. Okay, you can find in YouTube somewhere. You'll get. No. Okay, you try. I'll tell you. Okay.
okay.
Uh, yeah. So there's a home page. I don't know, not that much, but okay, fine. So now home page is there and click on employees. Yeah, I want to make some employees page here, employees details. So let's quickly go to the employees now. So React, React dot fragments, and let's add one container, one row, single column. Let's add p dot h2 or h3 employees, and I can give text primary and p dot lead cell or m40 tab. Okay, so you get this employees, and I want some margin top, little margin top here, margin top 3. Fine. So now what's my plan is I want to make use of HTTP, okay, to fetch data from server and display here. Okay, so when I click on employees, I want to load that data. Okay, so to load the data, we need to have some data on Modi. Okay, we need to load some data on the screen from HTTP. So HTTP means you have to use Access library, but some server level we need to have some data, right? So I have data in my local. I have data in my local. Oh, someone has ping. Okay. So I have some data in my local. Let me host it online. So I think here notepad. Yeah, this is the data. So can we keep the same data online? Okay, because we have images and all. Okay, so how to keep the data in online? So GitHub, you need to go to Google once. Here you can search for GitHub Gist. Okay, here. So we made yesterday, yeah. I think it's here stocks. I think contacts we made, no? Contacts. Yeah, this is contact. I think before class, I think when we made a contact app that time. Okay, if you want, you can take it. Otherwise, you can create a new guest. Just click on a plus symbol. You create new one. Okay, let's take employees hyphen. What is today's date? 20/08/2020 dot JSON. That's my file name, and file content will be this. Copy, paste it, and then click on create public guest. Okay, so now click on raw button. So you have a data. So let me fetch this data and display nice table here. That looks good. So can we copy this URL? But how you write the logic to fetch here? Can I write a state? So this dot state is equal to a state. So employees will be just null as of now, and one error message. Error message is also or you can take empty, and employees like empty array better. Okay, so we have to use Axios library. So let's import it. Import import Axios from Axios, and where you write the code. We have already discussed, not in the constructor, not in the render. We have to create something called component did mount, because as soon as this page has completely loaded, then I want to display. Okay, so then I have to call it the server. So I say axios dot get request, but what about the URL? So let's data URL. I have copied now. So let's paste. That's a URL, and so get data URL. So simple dot then dot catch dot then dot catch. So here we'll make a function. Here also one function. So this function will give you the response, and that response I'll add to my this guy. So how to add? So this dot set state, an object in that employees will be response dot data. Okay, that's it. And yeah, here you get the error. Same story, you have to copy paste. Here it will be error message. This will be the error which you receive from the parameter. Okay, done. So as soon as the page loads, my employee is having some data. So let me check it is empty or not. If not empty, then display in a table. So where we display in a table is here. Let's write a row, single column. I write a pre-tag as of now, expression. So this dot state dot employees. Okay. Oh, it's an object, dude. You get the error. JSON dot stringify of this one. But in Angular we have JSON filter, but React.js we don't have. So yeah, we got data. Okay, this data convert to table. That's very easy. How? But before that, we have to check the data is there. Make sure if it is not empty. I mean, length is more than 0. Okay, let's check the condition here. This dot state dot employees dot length is greater than 0. Okay, so if that is the case, then display the React fragments. Otherwise, you can display null, nothing. Okay, so in the fragment, I want a table. Okay, the whole table with the class called what is this table? Same regular table. So table hover text center, and table stripe and table light. Okay, t head table row, and th star 6 tab. Okay, If I don't want to check the condition, if you don't check the condition while looping, you get the error, because by default this will be an empty. So while without having data while reading it, you get the error. Okay, make sure you have to check it. So table header, what do you want? Something called employee ID. Okay, employee ID, and the employee name, employee age, employee. Oh no, one more is there. Image I want, and then age, email, address. Okay, fine. Delete. Okay, can we check? Yeah, I got table, but no styles. Okay, give the class called bg dark text white. Okay, and here I want to display the data. So t body. So already I tested that length is empty or not, and then I can directly write the logic for looping. So here map function. So this dot state dot employees dot map. So here you will receive each employee. So let me return a JSX expression. I write table row, table data. Okay, and each is ID. So we know that employee dot login dot uuid dot substring. Same, I think previous class we have already discussed. Same story, uuid dot length -4. There's 4 characters in the ID. So yes, I got it. Fine. So image, that's very simple. Let's add TD. Let's quickly do this. I want image tag, image src. Src is an expression. What is that? Employee dot picture dot large, width 50, height 50. Name employee dot name dot first, employee dot name dot last. Next, age, employee dot dob dot age. So I know property because multiple times we have done it. So this is that email. Finally we have what? Location dot city. Okay, I hope that's fine. Now check. You got it. City of undefined. Location spelling wrong. Yeah, this type of errors you'll get. Fine. So now we got data. So now check, see, home page is like this. Okay, and when you click on employees, you got nice employees data. Perfect. Now the plan is I want to go something deeper inside. What is that is when I click on employees, I got employees data. Fine. But one more thing is I want to take a link. Previously, when you talk about this contact tab, what happened when I click on this particular each row, that data has been displayed aside. Okay, if you can imagine if you can remember this contact tab, when I click on each row, the card has been displayed right side. Okay, but I wanted not like that. I want when I click on this link, I want to go to some other component. There, I want to display only that guy's card. Okay, the details about that employee. Okay, so let's see that one. So how to write that story with routing? Can you check in console? What's the problem? Okay, I understood what you're looking for. Yeah, you got error in the console. I tell you what is the problem. Yeah, see, and thank you so much for giving me the hint. Yeah, you get the error. I forgot to tell you this. Yeah, see, you get some warning. Each child in the list should have unique key property. What is this is in React.js, while looping anything, you must have to give some unique key property. Okay, so this key is helping the React.js to identify the each row. Okay, uniquely identify the each row for React.js. You must have to give the key property, and where we give the key property is, see here. If you are looping through the map function, this will be the each child. So for this each child, you can give some key property as you can give something like this one, some unique value like this. If you can give a key property so that React will identify the each row based on this key uniquely. So if you give the key, then you didn't see any error. Okay, so I hope that's clear, and please make note of it. Every looping you must have to give a key for the looping element. It can be table row or it can be any card or something. You must have to give the key. Okay, fine. Now it's done. When I click on this link, I want to go to some other page. So some other page is some other component. So what's my plan is, I want to create another component that's called employee list components. Okay, employee. Okay, let's say employee details component, and this component can be loaded based on the link I click. But imagine when I click on this name, I want to go to a separate page. There I want to display the data. So how that possible? How that possible is, whenever the moment you click on this, you need to take this ID, and this ID you need to send through URL, and this ID you can catch in that next component. It means for employee details, you want to get a particular employee details, you must pass on some ID. So like this employee slash some ID, you have to pass it, something like some number 6a, some number like this. So if you provide this ID, so that ID specific data only will display in this page. So this is very much important, you must know. So I tell you how to get this ID in this. Okay, so first let's create this component employee details. Can we go to um, components, employees? Yeah, I need to create inside here only. So new JavaScript. So employee details. Okay. So import React class employee details extends React dot components on tab run tab employee details export defaults employee details. Done. Okay, so we have a structure. So let's configure the structure with some path. What is that is employee slash some ID. And remember, this ID will keep changing. Okay, employees will be common, and whatever ID you select, that ID I want to load this page. So it means this will be dynamic. So how to give dynamic path will be like this colon ID. Okay, so this is you can understand with REST API. Once we start REST API after this example. So employees slash ID. So this ID, this is static, this will be dynamic. You can configure dynamic value with colon. Okay, so where you configure this thing is in the router configuration. Where is router configuration? In the app. So somewhere here, somewhere below employees. Let me do a copy of the previous line. So control D. Yeah, so slash colon ID. Employees with ID. I want to load employee details component. Okay, employee slash ID details. Okay, so when this employee details will work, when I say slash some number, I got employee details, but I don't want to type it. When I click on a particular person, that ID has to be there here. Okay, so how you do that? You must have to convert this name like a link. Okay, when I click on this name, I want to go to some other component. So go back to this page. Where is this one? Employee list or employees component. That is employees. See, here is the name. Okay, this is just TD, but I want this to be a link. Link means always remember link tag. I think link tag is there here. No, let's import link from router down. Okay, so let's replace this particular name with a link. So let me cut this guy, link tag, slash link, display text is name only, but it will link to what, backtick slash employees slash, I want to give the respective ID. How to get the respective ID? You can just give this one, this ID, copy, and the dynamic is like this regular JavaScript ES6 syntax template string. Okay, backtick operator slash employees slash ID. So this ID substitute dynamically here for each employee. Now check what happened for this. See here, in the bottom left hand side, you see, if you keep a cursor, see, you're getting employees slash some ID 6808 for here, some ID, here some ID, here some ID. Okay, for each ID, when I click on this guy, see, you got that person ID in the URL and you got employee details. So now what you have to do is, once you get this ID, you need to get this ID in this file, in this component, and using that ID I have to fetch that particular record and display. Okay, so generally if you have connected with server, what happens is when I click on this link, I got this ID. Okay, so this particular ID you need to send to server, receive data and display. Okay, but in my employee details, so how can I catch this ID? How can I get this ID here? Okay, so let's see how to read this parameter here. So go to employee details. Yeah, how to read that parameter is, I write something here, h1 tag. You can write it, this dot, that stores the props. So props dot match dot param dot id. And lastly, why I give him ID is, here it is ID. That's why here ID. If you give something called colon name, it will be the name. Okay, so once I give this, check, cannot read property ID of undefined, something problem. This is a props dot match dot params, I think. Yes, I got ID. See, the same ID has come over here. Okay, let me go back to employees, click on Una. I got that ID. If I go back to employees, this guy ID, same ID from the URL. Okay, so this particular ID, this you need to store to one variable, and this send to server to fetch data the particular employee and display here. But for us the problem is we don't have ID specific thing, we get every data. Okay, don't worry, we'll fetch every data, we'll find out only the ID with matching, and then we'll return. Okay, so the plan is, let's make a nice design here.
Hey Naveen,
uh,
this ID is coming from server side or it is coming from UUID model?
no, it is our data. This is there, no, this is ID.
Then it is displaying only 4 digit here and there is 16 something digit.
I write a logic here. I show you. See, here I made it dot substring of this one. Okay,
Okay, okay, okay.
because for
And
display purpose, I
you
made only 4 digits.
okay, and UUID you are using. So do we have to install this separately or
No, 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 no. Actually, this UUID is the property of here. Uh, this one, see, login dot UUID. This I'm reading. Only this
got it?
text I'm reading. Okay.
Got
Yeah,
it, got it.
yeah, yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. So we need to click on this, and this we need to configure, I mean proper design. So let's start with employee details. Let's add this react dot fragment. Okay, and then let's add nice container or something, container one row and p dot h3. So employee details. Okay, and then what, p dot lead slrm body tab. Okay, this for our convenience. So text to primary, you get like this. Let me give some margin top also 3. Fine, and here I want to get the particular employee because I have just only got the ID, but I want the employee object here. How to get? So, and when to get? When to get? As soon as you load this page, I want to get. Again, you need to write the component did mount. So using Axios, import Axios from Axios. UUID, it's not there. Don't worry, once we start Node.js, then we'll discuss it. Okay, because after this example, we'll start Node.js. So then I tell you how to use UUID third-party module. Okay, fine. We will discuss that. Now, where I stop? Yeah, component did mount. We have to fetch data. Okay, so first let's employee ID. How are we getting the employee ID? From the URL. How to get this dot props dot match dot params dot id. You get the employee ID, and using this employee ID, I have to filter the employee's details. First, let's fetch the employee details. How? Axios dot get URL, same like my employees. What was the URL? Yes, this one. Can we get copy paste same? Sorry, copy this. I want that same thing here. Okay. So Axios dot get, then you get the employees. Okay. But these employees I don't want to set to the state. I want only particular record I want. Can we do one thing? In this, I delete this. Okay, let employees is equal to response dot data. Okay. Now let me loop through this employees to fetch this ID and this ID matching. Okay, so what I do, let selected employee is equal to employees dot find employees dot find you get the each this is regular JavaScript. Okay, employees dot find, you get the each employee. So condition will be written the employee dot, what was that, employee dot, where is my data, employee dot login dot uuid match with my parameter id. Okay, employee dot login dot uuid is equal to my employee id. Okay, if my, see, employee id coming from the url and the same id match with any id of this array, so that exactly that object assigned to the select employee. But this data I want to use it dynamically, so I want to store this in state. So in the stage, this dot sets this dot state is equal to an object. So selected employee will be just an empty object. Okay, and then if you want error message, will be just empty. Okay, so let me attach this here. So how to attach this dot set stage? I'm doing is selected employee will be my this selected employee. Fine. So now the state contains the real employee object. Okay, we'll see that is it really contains or not. So how to see? Let's write another row, single column. I write expression like pre-tag. Okay, or use pre-tag. You get the whole data. So here JSON dot stringify of this dot state dot selected employee. Okay, now check. Are we got? Yes, of course I got. Okay, so now check. When I click on this Una 63 years, click on that. See, Una and data has come. Okay, when I click on Carl's data has come. Okay, so I explain the flow. Simple. When I click on this link, I'm sending this particular unique ID of this row through URL. Okay, and in this component, what I'm doing is I'm getting this URL specific ID. I mean this ID from the URL, and also I fetch all the record from the server. Okay, I get array. So in that array, 20 records are there, but I want only the particular record which ID is matching. So in that 20 records, whichever the employee having the ID matched with my selected ID, because when I select a particular employee, selected ID has come, right? So this ID and that ID matched, so that data I'll fetch it and display. So that logic I read here. Here, see, I got this ID. So this ID is coming from, okay, from the URL. Okay, ID from the URL. So this ID from the URL, and what I'm doing inside, I got all the employees from this address. For all the employees, I am filtering. I'm just finding out where is this employee.login.uuid from this each employee matched with my URL ID. So if it is matched, it will give you my object. That object I'm adding to the state, and that state variable I'm reading here. So that's what happened here. But I don't want just raw data like this. I want to display a proper format. You can do that. That's very simple, no? You can. Okay, can we write a card header, card body? Okay, so card header will write BG primary and text white. Let's write the person name. So p.h4 name. This dot state dot selected employee. But problem is you have to check selected employee is empty or not. Otherwise, you get the issue. So you have to check the condition because by default is empty. Empty object dot you get the error because undefined dot something. Okay, so what's the best thing is, yeah, if you don't write a condition, I tell you what the problem. See this dot state dot selected employee dot name something. Okay, name dot last something. So if you're reading like this, you get actually error because see reading property last of undefined. Okay, name is coming as undefined because this is empty, so empty name is undefined. So you have to make sure it's contains some data, otherwise you get this type of errors. So how to write that logic? You need to the whole card I make a condition. I want to check that is empty or not, that object is empty or not. How to check? Object dot keys this dot state dot selected employee dot length is not is equal to 0. Okay, then you will make a react fragment, otherwise null, nothing to display. Okay, in the react fragment, if it is there some data, then read it. So if you can read now, you get happily data has come. Okay, so I want name dot first and name dot last. So this is first. Okay, so you get this one, and you want to get the title also. You can make the title name dot title. Okay, Mr. Caspian something, and below I want to display the nice photo and right side details. So can we write a nice column and something, row call MD4 and call MD. This is your wish how you want to design the card, you can do it. Only thing is you have to fetch the raw data. That's a concept. Okay, and later you can do whatever you want. So let's make an image src, same story, copy this. So src, this guy dot picture dot large. Okay, so you get that guy's photo. Fine, I want yeah, can we give something nice? Classes, give the class img fluid img thumbnail. Okay, and right side I wanted here the details in a ul format. So quickly ul li, and let's write details, and also give the class call list the group, and age here. Let me give the class call list group item, and list group item primary, and name already there, no? Let's say age and all remaining details, age, email, and I hope location. Okay, fine. City, state, okay, and phone number. So age, email, city, state, and phone number. So age, I hope it's copy. No, expression employee.dob.age and some years, and email, and the city dot location dot city, and dot location dot state, and I hope the phone number will be dot phone. Let's see. Now check. You got data, but you want to keep it center. Can we take image rights? Okay, display block, margin auto. But I want same row. I mean same level horizontal. You can give something called align item center. Okay, so looks good. I think already this image is smaller, so we can't do anything. Yeah, let's try. So when I click on this guy, I got that details. Okay, go back and click on this guy. Got. But along with this, I want to have a nice back button. When I click on back button, I go back to the employees page. So how to make a back button is link only, but display like a button. So where we do is, can we write some card footer, one link tag. I think link we have to import. So let me go to top. Yeah, link we have to import. So import link from router DOM. So let's write a link here. Link to what? Link to back button. So slash employees, because back to employees path, and give the class name btn minus primary, and btn minus ascent. Done. And now check. You have a nice back button. Click on back employees page. So click on this guy. You got it back. Okay,
Hey
fine.
Naveen,
Uh, uh,
uh,
uh.
actually, whenever you are hovering the cursor over the name, then we are going to the next page.
Hmm.
Can we make the entire row anywhere we want to hover? Then we can go to the next page. Like,
Okay, if you click
did you
on
get?
even age also, you want to go there.
Yeah. Anywhere in the
You can
row.
do one thing. Yeah, actually, I have applied it for name. I show you. Where is that? See here. TD, I given link only for this particular TD. Otherwise, you can do for the row. Okay, row you can do. Oh, you want to click on the whole row?
Yeah, whole row, anywhere in the row.
Anywhere the row means you have to write.
Like have we have seen in e-commerce application,
Hmm,
like on Amazon, if you will select any product, you can hover
hmm,
anywhere, you will be forwarded to the next page along
hmm,
with the
hmm, hmm,
details
hmm, hmm, hmm.
for that.
You can do one thing. Okay, can we write something called? Okay, I do one thing. I got it. React fragment. I paste it, and this link tag. Can I cut it? Keep it in. Um, no. Can I keep it here? Link. Oh, it will become a link. Okay, I'll do one thing. I will take a link and somewhere in the last I'll close the link. One second. React.fragment is here. Okay, this link you cut it. Add link here. So I hope that's fine. Okay. So now you check. But the problem is everything kept implied. Yeah. Oh, this is not required actually. Same issue. See now when I click on this, it's gone there. The problem is table got messed up. I think whole table we never write like that. Whole row, any some data. For image means card. A card can be made it. The whole card we can make a link, but I don't think how you make this. Because there's a problem is if you write a link tag surround with the whole text is the problem. Uh, can we write for the whole row? Oh, I think you have to write for tr. Okay, we'll try. Cut it, add here. This guy go here, and this guy cut it. Keep it after. Okay, I hope that's fine. Now we check. What's the problem? Um, अच्छा, T body link is coming. Um, that is
I
something
think we
wrong.
can write it in each individual TD,
Individual, huh?
individual TD.
Yeah, we can write it, but that's two
Yeah,
main lines you have
that's
to write now.
yeah.
Yeah, of course you can write it for each key you can write it. Okay, image and all you can write it. But problem here is again T body inside table row should be there. If you write a link, this is keeping in one single row. Um, okay,
Yeah,
better we'll write for each. Otherwise, keep it only for that. What happened? Oh, I. Okay, fine. Now happy. Yeah, if you want to make it for each and everything, you can write this link for image, TD, this TD, this TD, everywhere you write. Okay, so I hope that's the only option here. Okay, but here how I know that as a developer, I know that it is a link, but how my end user knows that? You have to give some separate color. एक काम करते हैं, इसको TD no link. We can give the class. Okay, give the class. Class name is equal to text hyphen primary. Okay, something called font weight bold. You can identify. Yeah, fine. So I hope this is link. Now go there. Okay, fine. So that is fine. And I'll tell you one more thing. What is that is? what is that is stocks. So I want stocks also like this employees. When I click on each stock, I want to get this. Okay, sir, can where we get this stocks data? Where you get this type of data is for data mockup. You have actually a website called mockaru.com. I show you where you can get that. Just go to Google, type for mockaru.com. So this is the data mocking API tool. It will generate some random data. So in this website, you can generate some random data. Okay, so in this, see ID is there. You can make first name, last name. Instead, you can make some stock specific data. So you have a type parameter. This is the field name. Okay, so we have field, right? Name or location like that. This is the fields, and data will be instead of first name, you can select for something called location, commerce. So country you select, different countries will come. Okay, country code, like any option you select. Let me select the stock specific. So stock name, and this will be the stock market. This will be the stock industry, stock symbol, stock sector. Okay, different type of data, and let's change the field name, stock underscore name, and this is stock underscore market. This is stock underscore, why stock, just give the name and all. Name, market, industry, symbol, sector. Okay, and ID also will be there, unique ID will come. Okay, and you can give some unique ID also, I hope. Anything here, I location unique ID is there, some longitude latitude is there, I think advanced character sequence, digit sequence, simple sequence of characters and digits and symbols. Can we try this? Oh, okay, some ID will come here. Okay, and after you select this fields, and you can even order them. You can move it first to what you want like that. Okay, you can order them, and then you can take how many rows? 20 rows in a JSON format. 20
Navin,
columns.
before you download, hello,
Yeah.
this the symbol and the stock symbol, the spelling to avoid error. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much. Symbol industry. Yep, correct. And please also select no null values. So don't include null value. Null value means some empty values will come. So I don't want that. So uncheck, and then click on download. So you will get the data. So let me open it. It is opening in, oh, here. Fine, I see. You can just open with Notepad++. I have actually double click. Come on. Yeah. See, this is your data, but the problem is ID is nothing. Oh, ID has not come. Can we do one thing? Not digit sequence. I think some sequence you have to give, or use hash for random digits, at the rate for random lowercase. Oh, you have to give like that. Can we give this? Okay. Can we give hash? Okay, I understood. So hash hyphen star hyphen hash. Okay, so hash means numbers, star means characters. Now download again. Open. Yes, you got data now, right? IDs also came. Okay, super. So this is your data. Okay, so this data will host online and fetch it. So simple, no? You just copy this. Where to host? Go to the Google. GitHub Gist is there. So GitHub Gist, and I host and give you the URL also here. So stocks hyphen today's data. So 20 hyphen 08 hyphen 2020 dot JSON, and then paste it. This is your data. Okay, ID also there. This ID you will make in the URL and create. Okay, so let's click on the raw button. Yes, this is the data and this is the URL copy. So I will make it because we have another half an hour. So we'll quickly do that. So for stocks here, so let's add react.fragment. Here I write one container, one row, single column p.h3 stocks, and with some text primary and so p.lead lorem 40 tab. Okay, now yeah, we have to fetch data. So using component did mount. Okay, I need two variables in the stage. One is stocks and one is error message. So stocks will be empty object, no, empty array, because array of stocks. Along with that, we want error message will be just empty. Okay, fine. Now fetch data. So fetch data, we need Axios, import Axios, and then how to fetch. We already done that in employee. So let me get the code. Yeah, this is what it is. Copy and paste in the stocks. Same thing, only stocks data. URL. I think I copied. Copy. This is the URL for stocks. See stock.json, and you receive response, but that variable will be add to the stocks. Error message same. Then you got the stocks, and this stocks. Let's see, are we getting or not? Can we say another row, single column? Can we write a pre-tag expression JSON dot stringify this dot state dot stocks? Okay, let's see. Here stocks. Yeah, we got data. Let me give some margin top 3. Okay. I want to convert this like a proper table, but we already made a table in employee. So can we write the table here? So employees. Can I have this React fragment whole thing? If something required, we'll change it. Copy and stocks. Where it is? Oh, something mistake. Yeah. Okay, this whole row. Copy, and I hope this row will paste. Okay, you get some errors here. We have to find out. It is stocks dot length. You have to check, and here stock ID, and what are the fields? Fields will be here name, market, industry. Okay, name, name, market, industry, and symbol and sector. Sector. Okay, and data. This is stocks.map. You get the each stock, and this will be different. Key will be stock.id. Okay, I hope that's the data. Can we check? Yeah, ID and name, market, industry, symbol. Yeah. So this will be, we'll display the ID directly. Otherwise, I'll do one thing. Stock.id, and here also stock.id. Okay, if not, we'll change this. And image not required. The stock name, stock.name, and link. Oh, actually for stock name only link is there. So delete this. Link to stocks and stock.id. This particular ID we have to send through URL, and stock name. This is stock name, and Yep. I need something else. Market, industry, symbol, sector. Stock dot market, industry, symbol, sector. These are all the properties. So I hope. Yep. Okay. Stock ID also works because you have 4 digits. Fine. And also when I click on this link, see in the bottom, you're getting the ID. The unique ID is coming over there. Okay, so that ID will send to the URL and from there you'll fetch it. But for fetching, we need to have a stock details component. So can we create in the stocks new JavaScript stock details? Yeah, here import React from React. Can we do one thing? Can we copy paste the employee details and we'll change wherever it required? Okay, this is stock details and lastly export stock details done and somewhere anything here selected stock it is and done. So here stock ID data URL stock URL copy. Okay, stock URL. Okay, and Axios. Okay, employees. It is stocks. So stocks you will loop it. You get the each stock. So stock dot not login. We have directly stock dot ID is matched with my stock ID, and you get the selected stock. What's the name? You get the selected stock. I hope that's it. Error message done. And then display stock details and this dot state dot selected stock length fine and name. Can we just make only stock? Can we make only selected stock name? Okay, so here this dot stock dot name. Okay, fine and quickly image. Oh, image not required. We'll make a single column and here name market industry symbol sector. Okay, this will be the name. Okay, dot name dot market dot dot industry dot symbol. Okay, and lastly the sector dot sector. Okay, so I hope that's fine. If not, we'll find out. Back button, go to stocks. Okay, done. Now check. I don't know. Let's click on this guy. Nothing. How come? I think we are not configured the stock details with root. That's why nothing is coming. Otherwise, some error will come. Okay, so we are not configured the root of ID. Go to app.js. See stock details is not configured. Control D /colon ID. Let's configure stock details. Yes, that's a perfect. Now check. cannot convert undefined or null to object. Which one? This dot state dot filter stock. Is it undefined or null? 1 minute. Stock details. It is object only, no? Then where is the line number? Line number 42. 42 here. Here is error. What is error here? Object dot is dot say dot header stock dot length is. It's correct, man. And somewhere is coming in 23 line number also. 23 line number. This dot set state selected stock. Selected stock. Okay. Then I hope. What's the problem? Actually, one second. Stock detail.js line number 23 is the 23. This dot set state is not able to assign or what? Or can't we get data or what? Okay, that's for time being. Can we do a console log of it? Okay, can we write console.log stock ID? Are this stock ID is coming or not? Let's see. Let's go inspect console. Yeah, some errors come. Error is cannot perform. Oh, too many. Cannot convert. That's okay. Yeah, ID is coming. Then are we getting the object console.log of selected stock? Are we getting the selected object? Yeah, it's coming undefined. ID is coming as undefined. Okay, the selected guy is coming as undefined. It means some problem in the code here. So stocks.find. Are you getting stocks? Yes, of course we have to, because this is an array. Oh, problem is I made employees.json. It must be stocks.json. That's the biggest problem. Okay, copy this. This URL is wrong. If I make it stocks, that's why stock data not available there. That's why matching is failed. Okay, so now we made actually stocks. Okay, I hope it work. Where it is? Yeah, no error. Oh, it's game. Fine. So back this guy, back this guy, back button. Okay, so it's working. So home page, employees, stocks, about. Okay, let's quickly finish the about. About is just static one, nothing much. So about. So React dot fragments. In this, let's add one. Be with me. Don't. I mean, don't quit the meeting. I have something to discuss with you. 1 minute. P.h3 about this about app, and something you want to write P.h4 some version of the application 1.0.1. Okay, and then author. You can write your name. Okay, I'm writing my name. Fine. So that's very basic about page. Why it came side by side. Oh, column. Okay. Yeah. See now, this is the routing example. We have, see, no page refresh. When you click on the home, same page, employees page, stock page, about page. So whatever the page you go, and even data is coming from the server, but still no page refresh. Okay, there's a single page application, and even when you click on this, no refresh. Okay, so like this. But in future, every application will have this type of routing. Fine. So now, as of now, we have came to the end of the first module, that is React Fundamentals module. But in that, we have to discuss one application. So what is the application which is pending is Big Basket. Big Basket. This is actually one full stack application. So full stack application means which contains the backend Node.js, Express.js and all. But we have learned this is a full stack means MERN stack application. Okay, using class oriented, all the concepts. But here in this MERN, we have only learned R. Okay, how to make a design and all this. We made only R. Okay, MEN we have not learned. So from tomorrow, let's stop here, and tomorrow we are starting server module. Okay, so in server we'll start with Node.js. So tomorrow Node.js starts, Node.js and then Express.js and then MongoDB. So once we finish the complete backend course, then we will come back, and by using all this concept, we will develop a full stack application called Big Basket. Okay, so once we are done with that, we'll start with the hooks concept. So using hooks, same examples, all the example, event binding, form handling, routing, everything, HTTP and all we'll discuss with hooks, even GitHub search also with hooks, and then Big Basket application. This Big Basket application only with hooks concept. Okay, this again Modern full stack, and after that we will start with Redux. Okay, so Redux also, once we start with the Redux concept, we'll discuss all the concepts like how to perform event binding with Redux, and how to write form binding with Redux, how to write routing with Redux, this routing also with Redux, and the GitHub search also with Redux, like that complete. And then we will develop Big Basket application again with hooks and Redux. Okay, after that we'll start our shopping cart application, and then we'll start with shopping cart from scratch to deploy, and then we'll start with the miscellaneous concepts like testing and some material UI, prime reactor, so those things will come. So this is the plan. Okay, so major concepts are React fundamentals with class components and all the concepts mixing one full stack application, and then hooks concept, all the concepts, Big Basket application, Redux concept, all the concepts, and lastly Big Basket with hooks and Redux. Okay, and then we'll start with shopping cart. So that's the plan. So tomorrow we are starting Node.js, because once we have done with the server part, so everywhere we'll apply the server. Okay, so any questions? Oh, many chat. Will you cover Node.js concepts or important concepts? Don't worry, almost everything will cover in Node.js. That is enough. Okay, what we cover here is enough. Fine, and yeah, so that's it. So tomorrow we are starting Node.js, and I have already started Node.js in my channel, but I stopped in between for some reason. I'll start it, but don't worry, we'll discuss everything. I think here only Node.js. One second. Here only Node.js 20 videos are there. Only Node.js is there. Express.js, MongoDB not there. But still, we will discuss from scratch. Okay, fine. I hope that's it. No questions. Okay, so thank you so much, and we'll meet tomorrow. Tomorrow we have class, and also please note on Saturday we don't have class. Saturday we have a festival in India, that is Vinayak Chavithi. So Is Saturday no class. Okay, Friday we have class. Next class will be on Monday. Saturday, Sunday, no class. Okay, as we have festival in India. Fine, so that's it. Don't worry, I'll tell you again tomorrow. And anything, will
Hey
you cover
Naveen,
authentication, production deployment? Yes, yes. Ah,
actually the size of our React project once we will create from scratch, it is
ah,
around 200 MB, right?
yeah.
Yeah, but yesterday I checked one thing. Actually, I have been asked in an interview.
Ah,
I have opened my hotspot in mobile phone. I have
okay.
started creating the project. I
Ah,
shared. It is showing only 25 MB has been shared, and 200 MB project. How it has been created?
no, no. Actually, while developing 200 MB, but while deploying it, you we will build the project. So while building, only the static files can be taken. Okay, so it will reduce the file size definitely after you build the project. Understood? No?
No, I didn't get.
Okay, so once you're developing, right, this is the project.
Mm-hmm.
In this project, which is the most occupied space is node modules.
Yeah,
Okay, these are all just small text files only, but more content will be in a node module. So once you deploy this node modules folder, whole thing will not deploy because we are not using each and every file of node modules file. Okay, so
I
in
am
fact,
not talking about deployment. I am talking
huh,
about while creating the project.
huh,
It has taken only 25 MB from my mobile phone data, and the size of the project is 200 MB. How?
that I'm not sure.
Actually, I answered them like in Java there is a Maven repository which makes some local repository
Ah, yes,
and download some dependencies. And once we
yes.
the next time when we create the project,
Hmm.
first it will look in the local repository. If it is available there, they will means catch from there.
Yeah, for Node.js also we have a local repository, that's a global repository. But when you create a project, it will keep in your own projects folder only. So it must be 200 MB only in your project. Actually, what you have done?
See, first you create a first application in React.js. Okay, the
Okay,
size
in
of that
laptop.
application will be 200 MB.
In
Yeah, in
laptop.
laptop. See,
Okay.
obviously in laptop
Uh,
size will be 200 MB after creation of that project.
yeah.
And I have connected to create the project. I have connected my laptop to my mobile phone hotspot.
Okay.
My mobile phone is showing that I have shared only 25 MB of data with some connected device.
Okay.
The sharing only 25 MB data and downloading 200 MB data, how is it possible?
Not sure.
Okay,
Not sure. Okay, I'm not sure. Let me figure
okay,
out. I don't know.
okay, okay.
Okay. Okay, fine. Yeah, that's it. Thank you so much, and we'll meet tomorrow. Thank you.